Imagine this for a moment. You are completely free. No rent, no landlord, no bills stacking up at the end of the month, no fixed address tying you down. Just you, the open road, and everything you need to survive and move forward packed into something that costs less than a used smartphone setup. Sounds impossible, right? But what if I told you there is a concept, a movement, and a real-world DIY innovation that brings this idea shockingly close to reality? A $1,000 bike camper that could completely change the way people think about homelessness, travel, and freedom itself. Now before you imagine something luxurious, let's be clear. This is not a luxury RV. This is not a tiny house on wheels with marble counters or solar-powered luxury interiors. This is survival meets mobility. It's the raw idea of turning a bicycle into a self-contained micro-home that can carry you, shelter you, and sustain you with minimal cost, minimal maintenance, and maximum independence. Let's break it down in the simplest way possible. At the core, you have a strong touring bicycle. Not a cheap one from a supermarket, but something reliable, steel-framed in most cases, built to handle weight and long-distance travel. This bike becomes your engine, your transportation, your escape plan, your connection to everywhere you need to go. On its own, a good touring bike might cost anywhere from $300 to $600 used or budget built. Now comes the real transformation. Attached to the back of this bicycle is a compact camper trailer or modified cargo pod. This is where the magic happens. Think of it like a lightweight capsule that follows you everywhere you ride. It is designed to be aerodynamic, so it doesn't drain your energy too quickly while pedaling. The structure is usually made from lightweight aluminum tubing, reinforced plastic panels, or sometimes even repurposed materials like old storage containers or custom DIY shelves. Inside this tiny rolling shelter, everything is designed for survival efficiency. Not comfort in a luxury sense, but comfort in a functional sense. A place to sleep, a place to store food, a place to stay dry when it rains, a place to feel safe when the world feels uncertain. Most of these bike camper builds include a fold-out sleeping platform. You don't get a king-sized bed, but you get enough space to stretch out fully after a long day of riding. A thin but insulated mattress keeps you off the hard base and helps retain body heat during cold nights. The roof is usually waterproof canvas or a fiberglass shell, designed to keep rain out completely. Ventilation is also important, because this is a small enclosed space. Tiny air vents or mesh-covered openings allow airflow while keeping insects out. Some advanced DIY versions even include small solar-powered fans or USB-powered ventilation systems. Now let's talk about storage, because this is where survival becomes practical. The camper typically has multiple compartments. One for clothing, one for food supplies, one for tools and emergency repair kits, and often a secure locked box for valuables or documents. Everything has to be tightly organized because space is extremely limited. Every inch matters. Cooking setups in these systems are usually minimal. A small portable gas stove or alcohol burner is often mounted externally or stored safely inside a ventilated compartment. Water storage is another critical part. Some setups use mounted water bottles, while more advanced ones include collapsible water containers or filtration systems that allow you to refill from natural sources when needed. Now here's where the $1,000 idea becomes interesting. People often assume something like this would cost thousands upon thousands of dollars, but the truth is, with smart design choices and DIY creativity, the total build can actually stay around that price range. A decent used bicycle, around $400. A lightweight trailer or DIY frame, around $200 to $300. Basic camper shell materials, $150 to $250. Storage accessories, straps, waterproofing, and essentials, around $100. And just like that, you're looking at a mobile living system that can theoretically support basic survival and movement for under $1,000. Now let's step back and think about what this actually means. For someone experiencing homelessness, the biggest challenges are not just food and money. It's safety, mobility, and dignity. Staying in one place often leads to exposure to harsh conditions, theft, or constant vulnerability. But with a bike camper setup like this, movement becomes protection. You are no longer tied to one unsafe location. You can move to warmer areas during winter. You can find safer zones to sleep. You can access different food sources, shelters, or work opportunities in nearby towns. Mobility becomes your biggest asset. But there's more to it than survival. There is also psychological freedom. When someone is homeless in the traditional sense, they often feel trapped. But when you have a system like this, even if it is simple, it creates a